Hi, everybody. The pandemic has broken our kids. If you have school-age children, you know how much they are having a hard time recovering and what a hard time they had during the pandemic as well. But our kids are broken. And I can definitely say that's a fact because during the day I'm Dr. Andrea O'Connor, and I do work at a middle school during the day, and I see children day in and day out. And then, of course, after that, I have a private practice, and I do family medicine. And the amount of children that I see with anxiety and depression and wanting to harm themselves and having no friends and bullying and just flat out fear because of everything that's been on the news. It's real. And it's not just the pandemic, but a pandemic was the huge part of it. Isolating children, keeping them at home, kids learning online, which was a disaster, by the way. We've never seen lower test scores, and I've been in healthcare a long time, and I worked in the school system for a very long time. I have never seen children with this much anxiety and fear and depression. I've never seen this before. I also have an unprecedented amount of students on medications. Now, there's a reason why I'm bringing this all up, not to be sad and here's what's wrong, but guess what? We can do something about it. So I do work at a public school, and I'm sure if you live in the United States or really anywhere in the world, but if you live I can only speak to the United States. So if you live in the United States, I'm sure you live in a neighborhood where there's a public school, and I'm sure you live in a public school district. And whether or not your kids are at public school or went to public school or even private school, but I feel like sometimes the private schools have more resources. Maybe think about helping. And here's a few ways, and I've been thinking about this, and that's why I thought it was so important to put this video out right now. Reach out to your public school nurse in your neighborhood. Give her a call and say, I live in the neighborhood, and do you need anything? Because I have to tell you, we are constantly out of supplies. I need socks, underwear, children's clothes to change into. Some kids come to clothes, they have the same outfit every day. They're hungry. I always keep my refrigerator stocked with food. So on the weekends, I'll hit Target or Walmart to get, and honestly, I go to Goodwill too to find some of the clothing because I myself can't afford to clothe every kid in school. But I work with we have a consignment retail store in our neighborhood, and I work with those ladies, and they'll donate me the clothes that don't sell. It goes right to my nurse's office. And I have parents that every now and then will ask me if I need anything. And I've had parents ship me underwear and socks. So that is a way to help your overworked school nurse, school doctor, school health associate, whoever you have running your school. They would be so grateful for it. I just end up taking care of a lot of that myself. I would love it if a parent came to me and said, hey, what can I do to help you? And I'm only saying this because we're seeing the unprecedented amount of needs that the kids have. And then just even the foundational stuff like food and clothing, that's just a way you can help out to ease one more burden off your school health office so your health office can have more time to work with your kids with anxiety. And I have kids in my office all the time, a one-on-one, they're in tears or they're physically harming themselves, and even worse. And if I have all the basics covered, like, I've got food and I've got clothing, so I can help those other kids and get that done, then I can spend my other time with that. Another thing that I thought would help is, if you grew up in the 50s, 60s, 70s, or 80s, if you grew up in that, we were very blessed. And I want to say our country is still going to be as great as it always has been, but a lot of things are changing, and I see the change every day. But I thought, what can we do in our small world to make it a happy place for kids? So here's a simple idea. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, I think we just had Rosh Hashanah, Hanukkah's going to be coming up. All these great holidays coming up. And excuse me if I'm forgetting your particular holiday. The point is, the holidays are coming. Why not make your house, your front yard, your neighborhood as festive as ever? Like, go all out. Because if kids can see there's still happiness and festivities and we can still celebrate, I think that really is part of what will help them. There's been too much fear and doom and gloom. And I look around the neighborhood and sometimes I don't see people outside. Everyone's inside. We need to just have a grassroots movement and try to spread happiness and thankfulness. And I try to thank God every day for all the blessings that I have, and to please grant me, the old poem, to grant me the power or the patience so I may be patient and help others that day, right? So that's what I'm going to do anyway. I'm going to go all out for Halloween, all out for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I decorate my office for the kids too. And you can help in your little way in your neighborhood, or in a big way if you can do it. So maybe reach out to your health office at your school. Ask them if they need anything, or if they need help, you can go get it. Or even if you physically just want to volunteer. I know in my state, we're accepting volunteers again. Our COVID limitations have dropped for that. So those are just a couple things I've been thinking about, that whenever we get bummed out about what's happening in the country with fear, and just don't let fear get a hold of you. God has us all in his hands, but we are our souls. We're that little spark from God. We are a part of God. So we can bring joy and happiness and do unto others, right? And pay it forward. When we're blessed, let's pay that energy forward. And then I'll say to you as well, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and being a part of this community. As I really love YouTube. I have said before, I love watching videos, but I feel that I get so much more back. I'm trying to kind of give information and give, because I think it's fun and it's entertaining. I watch YouTube. But boy, the comments I've been getting back, I'm like, oh, that's really made my day. So, and I'm going to do a live chat tonight because it's Friday evening. I'm going to either 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. If I can get done seeing patients, I'll plan to get on 7 p.m. so more people from the Midwest and the East Coast, it won't be too late for them. So maybe tentatively plan Mountain Time on the West Coast, 7 p.m. in the United States. I'm going to go live tonight. And maybe we can talk more about how we can do good in our own community bubbles for that. Anyway, have a wonderful day, and see you this evening. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.